it's really hard for me to watch people struggle and to watch people in depress depression, and even if they don't admit that they're depressed. I think a lot of times I can recognize this in people, and it's hard for me to see people struggling with something that I'm so familiar with, especially because I know that it's possible to get out of that, and I know that it's possible to. I think it's possible to find happiness through real life activities and doing things, and being proactive and just feeling accountable to yourself and to the choices that you're making. And it's hard for me to struggle, and it's hard for me to see people struggle and to suggest this to them, and it just it's it's just hard to see people refuse to take the next right step. And uh, you know, I I'm a very compassionate person, and I often try to. I probably often overstep my boundaries, or overstep boundaries by trying to help. And I'm not the most extroverted person. I would actually call myself pretty introverted. But I think since I've been sober and since I've become more comfortable being myself, I've been more willing to step out, to try to make some type of effective change in someone else's life. And I've been pretty unsuccessful so far, honestly, and that's disappointing, and it makes me think that I'm not relating my suggestions in the right way or something. But most likely, what it is they're just being completely, tossed out, and I hate that. I hate that. Um, I hate feeling helpless, and for the first time in my life, I don't feel helpless, and I feel like I understand it. I understand are why people disregard my suggestions, and I understand why, because I've been there, and I know that when you're hopeless, you don't want to hear hope. And I guess maybe that's what bums me out so much, is because I understand why these people um, are not willing to change yet. Um, yeah, here I am. Like, I feel like I'm enjoying this newfound happiness by myself. I guess I'm just fucking lonely. I I don't want to just make friends with some person that I have nothing in common with just to have a friend, because honestly, I don't really enjoy being around people enough to do that. And you know I'm just getting to I'm getting to a point where I feel like people liked me better when I was unhappy,